Yeah. Hello, everyone. For those of you watching live, welcome. I'm Shelly Dressel. Tonight is the Goddess Light meditation, which is when I channel the Goddess of Creation as she gives us experiences to just not only help our own personal growth, but it's also helping the world. So for this one, I do have people that are on the phone, and I also have those of you that are watching live. I think I stream it to Rumble and YouTube live, and then the phone. Now, if you're new to all of this, I started off only having the phone in 2003. So I've been doing this a very long time, but it's hard, especially when I'm in meditation, to stop and read. So if you I did put in the comments for those of you that are watching the video, and you do need to call in to the phone in order to ask you a question. And then I'll answer as many as I can. But anyway, otherwise, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. And I was just telling the people in the telephone that the solstice, for us here, the summer solstice, the winter solstice for everyone down below, and is coming up on Saturday, the 21st. And I feel as if tonight is going to be doing something with that energy of the solstice. I don't know, but I know that there have been huge transitions taking place. I know that there have been, hang on here, let me check something. I know that there have been lots and lots of energy coming in the form of light codes, in the form of, yeah, I did forget. Good. Whew. I just realized I had forgotten to start my recording. So got that going. Okay. But anyway, in the form of light codes and energy transmissions. And so I just know there's a lot going on. And so I'm really excited to see what the goddess has to say about this. Now, just looking back over the last several teleconferences, there's been so much that she's talking about love. And love has to start with self-love. And some messages that I've gotten from this is, one of the things is it's sometimes easier to show love to someone else than to actually stop and think about and process love for yourself. But the more that, you are deserving of it as much as anybody else around you, and the more that you open and receive that, then the more that everything else around you will also, open and expand into more. So, so that was one thing. And then with the last meditation about just kind of different ways that we can live our life, different tasks, different experiences that help to make it even stronger within us also. So, this is the theme this year, is about awareness, about love, about integration, about how do we look at ourselves and how do we look at the world around us and what's happening. So it's pretty big deal, I think, and I've really have enjoyed kind of going back to the series. Now, if you have not seen this, you can see this, of course, on YouTube and Rumble. But if you go to my website, goddesslight.net, I always have the most recent one in the center on the homepage. But then there's a tab at the top that says Goddess Channels, and you can see every single one going back 10 years. My website crashed in 2015. And so everything, I think I might have repopulated maybe a year before that, but I've got multiple years of channels on there. And so there's a lot that, and granted, in the different time, space, reality, the energy is different, but I still think there's a lot that you can get out of them. Sometimes you might just want to read it because you can read so much more quickly. But whether I read it or listen to it, I can still feel the waves of energy. Okay. So, here we are. Now, I do have private sessions, and there just have to go through my website, and you can look at that information, and then either order one or send me an email if you have questions about things. I also channel the universal light beings. It's different than this. With them, it's more giving information and answering questions and things, and that's coming up this Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday the 18th, and that's at 7 p.m., not 9 p.m. So you can just take a look out for that, and hopefully you can join me for that also. And then that's crystallinetransformations.com. So I've got two websites, and each one is its own focus. So welcome, everyone. I'm thrilled to have you here, and we shall just jump into this and get going.
The recording has started. All participants are muted.
As we gather this evening, I invite you to disconnect from whatever may be around you. You can breathe in deeply within yourself to bring your focus inside. And then as you breathe out, just disconnect, just let go of whatever it is that you're releasing or letting go of. As you take in another breath, feel as if you are following those little particles of oxygen. As you breathe in through your nose, you feel it go down into your lungs. It circulates around your lungs. And then as you breathe out, let go of any tension or stress. Release anything that may be hanging on. And with every breath in, you're breathing in light and love. With every breath out, you're clearing out or letting go of anything that no longer serves you. You breathe in and you breathe out. Namasika Venia Benya. Namasika Venia Benya. I greet you, beloved family. I reach out from my heart to yours. I reach out to embrace you in this now moment. As I come to this space in which you are located, I am aligning with you so that not only can I feel what the vibration is around you, but I give you the opportunity to feel what the vibration is around me. And this blending that moves back and forth between us is here, not only for your support, but for the support of the universe and the support of the collective consciousness. This time upon the earth is very pivotal for each one of you. It's pivotal for those of you living on the planet. It has an impact on Gaia. It has an impact on your solar system, and even going out into your universe. Sometimes people have a sense of, what am I doing? What purpose does it have? And can I make a difference? And the answer to that is yes. You are important just because you're you. You have more of an impact than you can ever know. And everything that you are doing is a part of the whole and the energy that aligns with all. This is a time in the history of your planet in which each one of you can have a significant impact on the whole entire ascension process, on the frequency, and on everything that's involved. I say this not as a means of putting pressure on anyone, but as a means of helping you to recognize that you have so much value just because you're here. Take a deep breath in where you breathe once again into your heart. And you might feel it or you can create it in your consciousness, but see a ball of light that is just swirling in and around your heart. This is your energy body. And it is a means of reflecting out not only your heart as an organ, but your heart as an emotional center. You let a stream of that energy move down. It moves through your solar plexus, your sacral center, your root center, and it goes down into the earth. As it moves into the earth, it spreads out into different directions, anchoring. That then comes back up, coming back up into your heart once more, and then it goes up through your throat, your third eye, your head center, your crystalline energy body, and moves up into your higher self. As you are here in the space of your higher self, take a moment and just feel or see or sense how your energy expands. As your energy spreads out because this is a higher frequency, look around at what may be happening. If you see perhaps some things that you've been working on that no longer serve you, let them go. Let them flow away. Let them be released from your own energy. You let your stream of consciousness move even further up. There's that thread that goes all the way up until it connects into your soul. As your consciousness moves up through that thread, you find yourself merging or blending with your soul essence. And then immediately let yourself feel or know what it is to connect to your soul. Here, within this space, you know that you are home. This is you, but it also sees you in all your many aspects. And there's a sense of unconditional love and acceptance for who you are. This soul essence is more and more prevalent in and around you in your everyday life, because the more that you flow into this space, the more you can feel and understand who you are. I, the goddess, walk in and amongst each one of you. As I connect with you, our energies merge so that it shifts, moving everyone into the all that is. As you arrive within the all that is, look around. This is a much more expanded space for you. This is a vibration or frequency where not only are you working on whatever it is you seek to manifest, but many, many others come to this space, and it is filled with the energy and light of all of you that are not only on this ascension process, but that appreciate living in this higher, lighter frequency. I invite you to look around. This time, we are coming very close to the solstice. This will be the solstice, the summer for the northern hemisphere, the winter for the southern. This is always a time of creating not only huge balance, but it is a time when a massive doorway opens up that lets in all of this influx of energy. As you are here within this space, I ask you to consider whatever it is that you live upon. I guess the best way to say that is, are you coming up to the summer solstice or the winter? Whichever it is for you, feel as if that is what you are standing amongst right now. I will begin with the summer. Here on these longest days of your year, be aware that there is this massive opening of a portal that allows not only the light to come through from the sun, but also amplifies the energy and influxes of change that come through from other planets, and some even as much as the central sun. So as if you see before you this opening, I invite you to consider what it is to live in a higher frequency. As you do so, observe how this wide open portal is letting in all of this light and energy. And when you look with your inner eyes or feel, sense, howsoever it works for you, you may actually see sacred geometry. You may see patterns of energy. And I'm going to slow everything down so that you have an opportunity to see exactly what is coming in to your planet. As I do this, I am interested to see that not only is it sacred geometry, not only are there patterns, but it's almost like balls of light that look like meteors, or they're not anything big enough that it's going to cause damage. But if you have that visual that there's this ball with a tail on it that is also coming into the earth. And as all of this is moving through somewhat in slow motion, it's as if I see this block of energy that is moving even more slowly. And this block of energy is golden, filled with some white, purple, magenta colors emanating from it. And I invite each one of you to tune into this box. I'm calling it a box. It's not really a box, but you can visualize that. And as you tune into it, feel the communication that comes into you. People have been awaiting certain changes taking place in order for the earth to make the next leapfrog forward. You see within this container, as it's slowly moving into the earth, it will encounter the atmosphere of the earth on the solstice, and it will radiate out in every direction. As you allow your consciousness to link, you can begin to feel the waves of energy that will not only be affecting humanity, it will affect each one of you. By aligning with it at this moment, you begin that integration process. As it feels like I'm fast forwarding now. And what you see coming behind that box is a completely different time of light energy and light frequency. Whereas before, it was as if a blank space with bits of solar flares and codes and energy. Now, afterwards, it's as if it looks completely different. It's as if every particle contains everything within it. There are no longer any spaces between the impulses. There's just one massive band of energy that is 100% the universal crystal energy, light frequency. And especially as you are here in the all that is, and you see the before, the transition, and the after, it's very evident how different this is. As you are here in the all that is, and we're in the summer portion of this, I invite you to have a sense of stepping into the midst of all this if you so choose. You can stand as if you're on the edge of something and see it going past you, or you can step into the middle of it and merge and become one. As it is moving past, in particular, when you step into that universal light energy, it's almost as if your consciousness expands in every single direction and then comes back reorganized in a new pattern. Be present Within your consciousness, feel it as this is happening. You step back until you are once again separated from all that is moving in. And I invite you now to shift to the space in which it is the winter solstice. It is as if this part of the world is anchoring everything that comes in from that hugely long expanded opening to the shortest opening. It then is pulling everything through the planet, through the consciousness of all, and it will continue to move out through the winter solstice, if that makes any sense. But as you're sitting here now, as if things have flipped around, you begin to see an opening take place from that shorter day, which is as if it was a closed opening of a portal. It begins to open up, and all of that energy that you saw going down into the top of the world is now coming out through the bottom, and we switch it around. And as it begins to come through, as that portal is opening bigger and bigger, in some ways, it is pushing out anything that is no longer compatible, and we clear it out. It is transmuting any residual energies that no longer serve, such as the low vibration of violence and anger. And it all keeps coming up through this space, expanding bigger and bigger. And as that short day of darkness expands further, you see that light starting to come through. First of all, the light codes, those balls of energy. And then now we fast forwarded to where it's after, and that box that you saw before it came into the earth has actually anchored inside the center of the earth. But what we see coming up through the southern hemisphere or going out is how it is stabilizing everything that came in. And you can still see the energy of that box and light coming through. You can still see the transition of energy. In other words, that universal light energy is also coming up through this portal of the winter solstice, and it spreads out along here. And if you so choose, you can step into this. It's as if when you stepped into it before, it was filling you up. It's as if when you step into it now, you are anchoring it within you, within the planet, within the consciousness of humanity. You may feel that shift or that change. Step back as if you see yourself here on the edge overlooking this experience of the solstice. And now you see everything rotating around so that as if you see your planet in front of you, look at everything that came in, look at the planet itself, and then look at the anchoring that took place. And as you see all of this, feel it all within your heart. Recognize how you have aligned with this, and every particle of your consciousness is a part of this. You are a part. Let that energy flow up and down. Let yourself recognize that no matter what part of the world, you are the summer and the winter solstice in complete balance to one another. Whew, take a deep breath in and breathe out. This change coming with this solstice is one that will change all of humanity. There will be an awakening of ancient memories. There will be an activation of consciousness that will come into you through your soul. There will be a realization of looking at people and seeing people through new eyes. Be present. Be here in this now moment. You are already looking at this here in the all that is. Have a sense of shifting from that portal, and each of you standing in a different part of the all that is, where the hologram manifests inside of you. I'm sorry, inside of this circle in which you stand. And as each of you are looking at this hologram, look with your inner eyes and realize that you are actually seeing or sensing, or all of your gifts are being heightened in this now moment. If you have a particular intention, send it into this hologram. As each one of you sends your own consciousness as a piece of this whole, it allows that consciousness not only to become a part of the whole, but to become a thread down and anchor into many, many humans around the planet. There's an aspect of that goes out to the universe. We see it swirling around, connecting in that space that all of this came from. It's as if it's a space within your galaxy. The remainder, it goes down through that pathway, and you see how the hologram itself connects into the physical earth. And this time, as you're looking down, you can see those places where it's wide open as a portal coming up with the solstice, and that hologram going through, and then you see it anchoring in the southern aspect, and you see it, the center of your planet, becoming activated and aligned and expanded so that everything is able to move out, to move into the consciousness of all. And as it flows up, connecting, look around. Look around through your own conscious eyes and realize that you are a part of the whole. You allow the remainder of your energy, it flows from the all that is back through your soul. It streams back down, coming down through your head center, into your heart center. And take a moment as you're anchoring all of this to allow yourself to consider, what does it feel like to live in a different frequency? What does it feel like to have these light codes become a part of you, from the energy around you into every cell within you? You can feel the movement of all of that energy. Be confident in yourself. Be aware that as these changes come in, you understand what is happening. Allow yourself extra time to sleep, drink water, whatever it is that you may need. Because as you integrate these changes, everything grows for everybody else. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. If anyone would like to ask a question, you can see in the comments the phone number to call. If you're in the conference room, press *2 on your phone, and I will answer as many as I can.
Q&A session has started.
This time of transformation is one that has come through layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. And each of those layers have been unfolding in your life. Maybe you're aware, maybe you're not aware, but understand that with changes taking place, not only do you feel different, but you look at the world differently. Be open to know that these changes are happening.
Hello, Goddess.
Hello.
This is Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Hi. Oh, such a great meditation tonight, and I really have felt the solstice energies. I definitely feel more empowered, especially today. In my meditations and conversations with my soul, I'm getting that it'll be a pivotal time for a lot of darkness is going to be gone, can't survive, and I think like a really jump into higher vibrations. And I'm just wondering what you see for me for the solstice, if it's bringing any changes.
Well, one of the things I want to share, since we're here in a place where we can have this conversation, during this meditation, that box or that block of energy that each one could see or sense or know was so specifically different than anything else, is that change that you are talking about. That change that so many people have been sensing. There's something that's going to happen. There's something that's going to be here. And while sometimes people go into fear and they think it's going to be harmful or detrimental or hard, this is actually it will be jarring to those that are completely oblivious and still in a lot of negativity. But for the majority of people, especially those that tend to live their life through joy and happiness, or they may have struggles in their life, but they tend to be more of a higher frequency, it's going to actually come in like a smooth energy that will just help to stabilize them instead of this rock and roll instability that so many people have felt. And that could be one reason why today you were feeling like, oh gosh, it all just kind of anchored. Was exactly what happened with that block of energy that's coming in, because it was showing the transition and it was creating stability. And then the energy that everyone saw or felt afterwards was the result of all that stability. Does that make sense?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. And if you've been doing the work or living in a more positive mode, I think the energies integrate, what they've been doing all along, especially this year.
Exactly.
They're integrating better, where instead of just sitting around outside of you causing turbulence.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And so for you, Kathy, like as we're looking ahead, honestly, we feel this sense of just joy or surprise or abundance. It feels like it's almost the kind of thing like a gift that's coming either this month or this summer. And we just have this sense of feeling you just being so happy and so excited and like, oh my gosh, I have this wonderful gift. It feels like it's around abundance. It feels like it's around something that just brings happiness and what's the word we want to use? Not security per se, but happiness and a sense of peace or calm into your life.
Wow, how wonderful.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. We know you well because we've worked with you for years, and this feels different than other things that we have seen manifesting around you. We know that you're near the ocean, and that frequency of the ocean is one that you can, like when you go there and you have your meditations and you're looking at it, that expansion is a good way of really kind of, with this energy that we brought in, bringing it in and sending it out into the ocean is another way of moving it through you and sharing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great idea.
But it feels like it's something, whatever this gift is, we don't know. We were just saying, is it from work? Not really. Is it, we're not, we just, when we're asking, where's this gift coming from? It's just kind of a blank space. So we're not, that tells us then that we're not here to tell you where it's coming from. But we would just say to you.
I'm kind of, yeah. But I was getting, I still have these psychic attackers, and it's, they've been affecting my dog the last 2 months. And I think that because one of our readings and sessions we had, it was a soul fragment that was being contained.
Okay.
And we got it released, and at the last second, something came down, swoosh, and took it. And at the time, we thought it was my soul, that this fragment was going to go back to the soul.
Yeah.
Soul. But I think it wasn't. Nothing changed after that. I think it was the baddies came down and got it, and it was still contained. But I think that's going to finally be resolved.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Yeah. And with that resolution, there'll be gifts, and because your vibration will change, and there will be other things that you will manifest because your vibration will be in a different place.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
Good.
Well, that
finally
will bring me peace and joy beyond what anybody can even imagine.
Indeed. Indeed, beloved.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Q&A session is over. All participants are muted.
So for this evening, you've got time. If you're listening to this ahead of the solstice. You've got time between now and the solstice to take as much opportunity as you can to tap into those energies as we spoke of tonight. And even if it's after the solstice, if you listen to this, it'll shift your time space reality to be right before that maximum effect. So that when the day arrives, when you wake up that morning, as if you are arms open, ready to receive that energy. Receive it within all of you. Send it into all your friends, family, and whatever's around you. And it will help it to integrate into everyone. This is a big change, but it is one that will feel so much better after all the unrest you have had for so very long. Beloved, know that I am ever with you and within you. Ansaluia.